Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? And welcome back. Today we're back talking about the Pistons and something that I've talked about, but I'm really going to go more in the depth to what this could mean because I feel like this should be a video all in itself, because if we do this, this could help with free agency and even possibly making more salary cap room via trade, and might really shake the boat. And of course that's going to be talking about buying out John Luer. Now, I have talked about this in several videos about if we can buy him out for $5 million under he's got a $10 million contract, but it would give us a $5 million bonus, which they said we have about $10 million to spend right now, which would give us $15 million to spend if he agrees to it. Now, that's the tricky part, if he agrees to it. If he could buy him out for $8 and give us $13 million, something along those lines, that'd only be $2 million. My math was bad there. Don't judge me on that. Anyway, if you can get $5 more million out of this, it gives you enough money to go out there and get a sub all-star. Now, what I mean from that is they're not a consistent all-star. They're the guys who make the all-star like once every 4 years, something like that. A very good player, but not the $20 to $30 million range like the all-stars, like the true all-stars. So you can get a very good player for that amount of money, and you can get a good amount of player for 10 mil. But for more than likely, it's only going to be a 1 year deal, and I don't know. Right now we're kind of stuck in the mud. But getting this, you could get someone like the Seth Curry that everyone wants, or divide it all up. Either way, if you get 50 million, you can get Seth and a good player. So that is the key here, is making more money. So now, say you do that. Say you buy them out for 5, you get 5 more million. Now you have some leverage here to go. Mike Conley trade, I don't want it. I've talked about it. I really don't want it. But Reggie Jackson, like I said, I think he's gone, unfortunately. I really do. Which I just made a video about that other day. I'm not going to go too far into that, so check that out. But, I mean, you can really go some few ways here with this. You can either trade for a small forward at that pace, which again, it's going to be crazy here in a few weeks, especially once the finals start. A lot of people are going to ask for trades. It happens every year. So once that happens, there's going to be some younger talent that gets moved around. Now, personally, I want to draft a small forward, but you can do both here. If you can get a veteran small forward, I'm not talking like 35 years old here. I'm talking about a guy who's, upper 20s, somewhere around there, who's been in the league for a minute, and then get a small forward that you can help groom to be a starter, because I just feel like that's what we're really missing. I think that's more of a hole than point guard, and point guard's a pretty big hole. They're both big holes, giggity. You got to fill both of them, and it all starts with cap space. Buying out John Luer would be not only a cause for celebration, but a cause for tears of joy. Because that means the Pistons are going to be making some moves beyond our wildest dreams here. And I'm not talking Kemba Walker or anything crazy like that, but you'll be able to put a solid team around around Blake Griffin and Drummond. I mean, you're going to see in a few years here, especially next season, when we're done paying Josh Smith, and if Reggie's still here, that contract's gone, Luer's gone, Langston Galloway's contract's gone, and we get some real cap money. Dwayne Casey is going to bring the guys that he wants to bring in. And it might be similar to what Matt Patricia's doing with the Lions and bringing in old Patriots players. His would be Raptors players. But either way, Dwayne Casey, in a matter of years, is going to bring in his guys. Now, you have to realize the window here is very short for Blake Griffin, because he's going into an off season where he's not going to have a whole lot of training with that knee surgery. He did end up having knee surgery. So he's not going to have a whole lot of off-season time to work out. He said he'll be ready by training camp, but he won't be able to work anything on his game. So he's going to stay, if healthy, right around what he did this season, which is good, awesome. But at the same time, injuries are a recurring factor with him. So I would not be disappointed if, we draft in second round, maybe, another power forward. Again, that's not a realistic option. Like, I don't see it happening, but I'm just saying, start building for the future, because now's the time if you want to groom your power forward center, which is probably going to be Thon Maker. I love Thon, so maybe your backup power forward is the time to groom him and really start looking to the future here, okay? Because we have a weird opportunity with this team, okay? This might be one of the weirdest teams in the NBA because they are in win now mode, but at the same time they have a lot of pieces for the future, and it's only going to get better. Trust me. Okay, don't freak out. Luke Kennard is going to be big for our future if we keep him. Kyrie Thomas and Bruce Brown could be our backcourt for a while, or our front court. Is it backcourt or front court? I'm tripping. Anyway, Shaviv is going to develop into a good player, and they got Thon Maker and Drummond, who are all still super young. So that's a good team right there for the future. But right now we're in win mode. So it's gonna be fun, man. I keep hearing rumors every day, so it's giving me content. I get to talk about it. So with that being said, let me know any ideas, rumors you want me to talk about, and I'll give my honest take on it. So leave that down in the comments, Instagram, Twitter, and the description. Check those out, and let me know if you think John Luer will be bought out or traded. Expiring contracts are really big for the NBA. They really are, especially for teams who are looking to make a big push in free agency. So, like the Knicks are planning to do something big this offseason. It's rumored that Kevin Durant is already going there, and he's recruiting people there. So teams like that are trying to make super teams. They look for expiring contracts. So look for something out there like that, and I will see you peeps in the next one. Peace.